Welcome to the weekly wrap video. Just a couple of events to catch you up on from the past 5 trading sessions. The Federal Reserve's monetary policy outlook continues to override sentiment as the wake being left after the Ben Bernanke press conference some weeks ago does continue to wreak its influence across the global asset classes. Now, the 10-year yield in the US has this week touched a high at over 2.65%, but has managed to decline to under the 2.5% mark on Friday as a couple of FOMC and Federal Reserve members this week have looked to quash that market volatility. To name just a few, Koshler-Cotter, Powell, Pianalto and Lockhart have all spoken this week, trying to stress the fact that markets have overperceived the Federal Reserve as too hawkish, trying to stress the fact that this is not a tightening of policy, merely a less loose one. As such, we have seen some slight relief in the US stock markets as the S&P 500 does actually head into Friday's close with some weekly gains. But elsewhere this week we have seen a lot of focus on China as the interbank borrowing situation reaches critical levels, with interbank operating rates reaching levels not seen for quite a few years as the People's Bank of China look to rein in the shadow banking operations of the Chinese banking sector. So just on Monday the Shanghai Composite was seen lower as much as 5%, with the People's Bank of China this week having to clarify that the central bank will use liquidity tools as and when needed to shore up the financial system. So I've also seen a bit of an easing in that effect as we head into Friday's close, with the Shanghai Composite recovering off the worst levels of the week. And on a final note, out of Japan, the system of Abenomics is finally seeing some relief as Japanese inflation data released on Friday does show some increases in price levels, so that BOJ QQE program getting the thumbs up in terms of the official data release we saw on Friday. From the ECB this week, they have also had to stress in the wake of the Ben Bernanke press conference that they are not looking to tighten their policy anytime soon, and we'll look to see any further details on that at next Thursday's rate decision, which is followed on Friday, of course, by the non-farm payrolls reading out of the US, likely to take the focus of the data calendar next week. In the meantime, that's all from me. I hope you've had a great week and I hope you have an even better weekend.